You never really know like what you can do until you do it for yourself. I was not a baker when I decided to make bagels, but 4 months, I didn't stop baking. Like if I was tired or if I was not feeling it, I just threw everything in the mixer. Like, what did I learn? I created this all because I bet on myself. I'm 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐞, 31 years old. I'm the owner of Brazen Bagels in Dearborn, Michigan.
I stopped it here for a second because I want to say this. Somebody that's listening to this and that will see this needs to take a risk. I'm not going to tell you to quit your job. I'm not going to do that, right? I'm not going to tell people to quit their job. What I'm saying is there are people that on a daily basis want to start a business, that want to, do something that they love, right? They have a gift, right? They have great skills in something, in some industry, but fear stops them from making that move. And he'll probably talk a little bit about how he quit his job to start a bagel shop, and now he brings over $200,000 a year. I think that's amazing. But this is just one of those examples of somebody that took a leap, that went for it, and I would say he's winning at the moment.
So when you search Brazen Bagels, it'll take you to the dealership. No sign, so you might be wondering if you're at the right place, but turn to your left and we're right here. It's kind of like, welcome, you're part of the club now.
Jalapeno cheddar with chive.
First year, we did about 130,000 revenue. Second year, 200. So far in 2025, we're at 130, so we should be pacing 250. You see me rolling all day when you're selecting your bagel, and no frills, no gimmicks, brown bag. The bagel is the star.
I mean, how often do you go to get your car fixed and wind up with, the best bagel you're ever going to have?
Box is great. The jalapeno cheddar are incredible.
Love it, man. This tastes good.
So if y'all didn't know, being an entrepreneur is difficult, right? Everyone wants to work, and they want to own their own business. They want to do, their own thing. They don't want to work for the man, as they say. They don't want to work in corporate America. They don't want to do different things. But the sacrifices they don't understand that you got to make when it comes to owning your own business is insane. This gentleman is rolling 30 dozen bagels a day. 30 dozen bagels a day. Anybody know how many bagels that is? Let's do some math, right? Ultimately, in the end, he's working his butt off every day to own his own business and be successful. So if you are someone that's looking to own your own business, to become an entrepreneur, understand that your 40 hours a week responsibility that you have at your job ain't enough. It's not enough time. You're going to be working double that owning your own business. There is no days off. There is no days off. So all of this, I don't work on weekends, or I'm going to take holidays off. Being an entrepreneur, there are no holidays. There are no holidays. If your business is needing work, and if you got employees and that employee don't show up, who you think is responsible to make sure that shop is open, to making sure that business is running? It's your responsibility as the owner of the business to operate the business on a daily basis, 365 days a year. So if you think that owning the business is going to be easier, you're going to stop working, you're going, I don't have to work 40 hours anymore because I started my own business on the side, or I'm quitting my job to start my own business. Understand that you're going to be working a lot more than just 40 hours.
Being a hidden spot, it's kind of tough. So wholesale to places all around Detroit. One day I answered the phone, and while I was stating the shop's name, I realized I'm burnt out. I can't do this anymore. My wife, Megan, she loves bagels. Every day, and the best part of my day was waking up a couple hours before I had to make her a breakfast sandwich of some sort. She said, "You're really good at this. Like, you should do this." It made me frustrated. Like, yeah, I know, but how am I ever going to do that? I've never baked in my life. I'm just kind of a scrappy home cook. I just knew the ingredients: water, salt, malt barley, yeast. I just started one variable at a time, making every single mistake I could possibly make. 2 weeks before my mortgage, I had $300 in my account, and I was like, if I sell 3 dozen a day, I'm kind of documenting on Instagram. If I can just reach those people and say, deliver $30. If I deliver 3 dozen, $100 a day, I'll survive. And I was talking to the owner. He's never had a bagel before. He's like, this is awesome. And I was like, why don't I just sell them? Before you open at 10 a.m., I'll be out. So he was like, all right. So once I got to go, I got really serious. And I was like, I need some equipment. This little mixer ain't enough. So the only credit card I got approved for was $3,000. I cash advanced it that day. I got an oven from Indiana, a mixer from a church camp. The oven was $1,500. The mixer was $1,500. Brand new, they're both about $7,000. We were selling like $200-300 a day. And I probably sold 10,000 bagels in 7 months. And I sold my car just to afford to keep it going. He shows me this empty space with like this dark corner, old tables and chairs pushed over there. He's like, we'd love to have you. They set up the space, electrical and plumbing. They did a lot for me. Once I had it all laid out in my mind and my graph paper, I was like, all right, I'm ordering everything. We open at 7:30. If I have to roll 30 dozen, it probably takes me from like 10 to 2 nonstop. We sell out almost every day. The last bagel sells to the last customer. I'm never late here. I'm never not getting the 12 or 30 dozen baked in time. A lot of people don't have control over their days, but they do have control about what they have for lunch, what they get to eat, who they get to eat it with. Kind of created a community. Like, you had to hear about it. Like, I got a bagel at the Quick Lane.
What I see here is perseverance. He took risk. He paid attention. He said he sold his car. He only had $300 and his mortgage was due. You see the level of, risk, right? It's risky. What's risky is leaving your job. He's working 50 hours a week, not being happy, right? Which a lot of people can attest themselves to, not being happy at what they do on a daily basis. He took a risk. He quit his job. He started his own business, right? He had to sell his car as well as do a cash advance on a credit card that he got approved for. And it worked out, right? Understand, first things first, what I seen was the wife. Shout out to wives out here, man. Shout out to my wife. Love you, babe. Shout out to the wives out here that's pouring into their husbands, that's assisting their husbands and ultimately pushing them to do things that them by themselves might not necessarily would have done, because he's worried about security and protection for his family. And she's like, yo, you have a skill that I think you can actually make money doing. You should probably look into doing this. Now, she probably not necessarily thought about him just quitting his job, but obviously she supported him through that process of him saying, hey, I want to quit my job and I'm thinking about starting this business. And it has worked out tremendously for them, right? So just understand that owning a business is not easy. Being an entrepreneur is very difficult. There is definitely a lot of risk involved in it. If you could work at your regular job and then start a business on the side and allow that business to then drive revenue, and you can comfortably see over a 6, 9, 12, 15, 18-month span that you're making enough money to sustain your life, then I would say, then, leave your job. But until you get to a place, realistically speaking, that you can sustain your lifestyle with the money that you have in your business coming in, I think you should work your regular job and also then start your business on the side, right? So that was a great example of someone that was working a regular job, quit his job. Now he's making over $200,000 a year, and he's married. He seems to be happy, and I think that is awesome.